Welcome viewers in the topic alternating current. Today we will study about LC oscillations. When a charged capacitor discharges through a non-resistive coil, then electrical oscillations of constant frequency and amplitude are produced. They are called LC oscillations. We know the energy of a charged capacitor is given by Q square upon 2C, and that of charged coil is given by half Li square. So what we observe that the energy of the system made by coil and capacitor surges back and forth between electric field and magnetic field, and the oscillations produced are called LC oscillations. So what are LC oscillations? We have seen. How are they produced? Look, this is a capacitor and it is fully charged. Suppose it has charge Q naught in the beginning, and if it is connected through a coil which is supposed to be non-resistive, ideally its resistance is supposed to be 0, then what happens? In the beginning, at t equal to 0, initially the charge on the capacitor is Q naught and I is 0. So what is the total energy here? Only the electrical energy UE, that is Q naught square upon 2C. There is no current through the coil, so no magnetic energy, no magnetic field, and the electrical energy of the capacitor is supposed to be lying in between the plate gap. What happens when the capacitor is this switch is closed? Then some of the charge, the capacitor now begins to discharge through the coil. So suppose the charges left are like this, and the current flowing through the capacitor in the coil is like this, in this way. What is the role of coil? Coil is called, inductor is called, it produces electrical inertia or self-induced EMF is produced, self-induction of the coil. Due to this self-induction, electrical inertia is produced, growth of the current in the circuit is delayed, and you can say back EMF. What is the back EMF? Minus L di by dt. This is produced in the coil. So what happens here? Now the charge is Q instead of maximum charge Q naught, and here the current in the circuit is I when the switch is closed. So the capacitor has the energy Q square upon 2C, and the coil has the energy half Li square. What happens? The Q naught falls to Q in this second figure, and I is the current which is flowing through the coil. So now magnetic field is induced in the coil around it. Now induced current is produced in the coil which opposes the growth of main current. So you can also say that the coil behaves like the cell having the polarity in this direction. Now after some time, what happens? That the capacitor is fully discharged through the coil. The Q naught becomes 0, this Q here, this Q becomes 0, and this I becomes I naught. So electrical energy of the capacitor is 0, and this coil which is here having the positive terminal, and this is the current flowing through the coil. We have seen that this coil has the total magnetic field. The whole of the charge capacitor is fully discharged through the coil. So what we observe, the net magnetic energy around the coil is now maximum. Maximum means Li naught square. So what we observe, the total electrical energy is now converted in the magnetic energy in the coil. Electrical energy was where? In the capacitor. What happens? Here electrical energy is 0, magnetic energy is maximum. Then what happens? That this magnetic energy which has become maximum, the current through the coil now start decreasing. Maximum magnetic field, now it starts decreasing. What we have read again, that through the inductor, as per Lenz rule, the induced current opposes the growth of current, growing current, and supports the decaying current. Since maximum is the current, now through the coil the current flowing will now start decaying, decreasing. In the same direction now the current will flow, but what you will observe, that the coil will support the decaying current, so producing the back EMF. That coil will behave like this cell of having polarity, positive terminal here and negative here. So what we will observe, that this will be the direction of current and the polarity on the plates of the capacitor. So we observe here that in this way again I naught will decrease to I, and some charge will be produced on the capacitor, but having opposite polarity on the plates. Again after some time, what will you observe, that capacitor will be fully charged but having opposite polarity, that is the charge now increase and it will become maximum, and current which decreases to I, what it will become? 0. So what we get here, that UB now becomes 0, and this UE electrical energy Q naught square upon 2C. The whole process will be repeated till we get the capacitor back in the same position with the same polarity. That is, now again what will happen, the current which is supposed to be flowing in this way, that is the current is flowing in this way, is supposed to be decreasing. Here the current has become 0, then again now the current will flow in this direction. Then what will happen, the capacitor, this plate will become negative and this first plate will become positive, and we will find the capacitor charged with the same polarity as it was originally taken. What do we observe here, that maximum electrical energy to the maximum magnetic energy, and from maximum magnetic energy to the maximum electrical energy with opposite polarity, and the same process is repeated again. So this is LC oscillation. How can we mathematically derive the expression for it, and how can you compare these electrical terms? I will tell you in the table in which the analogies are discussed for the mechanical system and for the electrical system. Look here for the mathematical description. In this case, the capacitor when start discharging through the coil, what happens? We apply the Kirchhoff's rule, loop rule. Then as per the Kirchhoff's loop rule, we can write sigma V equal to 0. Then what can you write here as per the loop rule, the potential on the capacitor? Q by C. And what is produced back EMF? That is minus L di by dt, and it is equal to 0. as we know that current is growing and charge is decreasing. From the beginning maximum charge was there, so we can write here that I is minus dq by dt. Minus dq, that means charge is decreasing, then current is formed. So what can you write here, that this di by dt, you can write here this di by dt can be written as d2q upon dt2. So you can write here this q by c plus L second derivative equal to 0. If you divide by L, then you can write here this q by LC plus d2q upon dt2 equal to 0. Look, this equation which is parallel, compare it parallel to the oscillator, simple harmonic oscillator. What is the equation of simple harmonic oscillator? If you find simple harmonic oscillator, then what is the equation of that oscillator? d2x upon dt2 plus omega square x equal to 0. You can compare here and you find that electrical oscillations, their natural frequency of the system, you can write, compare here that omega naught is written by 1 by root LC, as we have read in series LCR circuit, electrical resonance. Also, what is here, that x, what is here, this is q. So we can find from this equation by the comparison of simple harmonic oscillator that the energy of the system oscillates in the form of electrical energy of the capacitor and magnetic energy of the coil. So energy oscillates in between electrical to magnetic and magnetic to electrical. And for ideal system, that is non-resistive coil, and if the loss of energy is ignored, then energy of constant amplitude is obtained. Oscillations of constant amplitude and frequency are obtained. They are called LC oscillations. What oscillates here? Look here, Q. If you write, compare here, then what was the equation of the X? Here we can write this Q as Q naught cos omega t plus phi, and if you write here this cos omega t plus phi, then we have seen initially at t equal to 0, what was the charge? Maximum, Q equal to Q naught, and phi, that is the phase 0. There was no phase difference. Then put these values in this equation. What can you write here? This Q naught equal to Q naught cos this omega t plus phi. Then this omega t at t equal to 0 will become 0. So what will you get here? This cos phi, and phi is 0. So this you can write here that cos omega t cos phi equal to 1. That means phi equal to 0. This Q naught and Q naught, you will get cos phi equal to 1. So this. So what will be the equation of charge? You can write here that this Q equal to Q naught cos omega t plus phi, and in the beginning, since at t equal to 0, we have seen Q equal to Q naught. So phi equal to 0, cos phi equal to 1. So what will you write from this equation? Phi equal to 0, put here Q equal to Q naught cos omega t. Look, this is the equation in SHM in class 11th we have read. This is the variation of charge sinusoidally. You know, sinusoidal or sine or cosine curve represent the simple harmonic motion. What about current? How will you get the current? You know, since I equal to minus dq by dt, and you can write here q equal to q naught cos omega t, therefore dq by dt. What will you get here? This dq by dt will be q naught omega. If you write here this is omega naught, then this is omega naught, then what will you write? Q naught omega naught and minus sine omega naught t, then I will be equal to minus dq by dt, that is this minus minus will become plus, so you will get q naught omega naught sine omega naught t. Here you can write I naught as q naught omega naught, therefore I will be equal to I naught sine omega naught t. So what does these expressions represent? That both the charge and current also oscillate. In the LC oscillation, we have seen electrical energy and magnetic energy. So electrical energy is due to charge, magnetic energy is due to current. So these charge equation and current equation also they are varying sinusoidally. If suppose you are set to draw the current, then you know current is varying sinusoidally, then you have to draw the graph like this. If you draw the charge, then how will you draw the charge? That cosine equation, this cos 0 is maximum, in the beginning t is 0, then charge is cos, this t 0, cos 0 will 1, the charge will be maximum. So from the maximum to this, and you know that this is the cosine curve and this is cosine curve, this is the sine curve. So charge and current both oscillate. Now if you have to prove that total energy of the system remains constant, the proof of total energy, electrical and magnetic, its sum always constant. What initially we have taken, that a fully charged capacitor and it discharges through a coil. Then what was the total energy of the capacitor? This half q naught square upon c. And when the switch is closed, the capacitor discharges through the coil. Then suppose at any instant t we get sum of the electrical energy, and because some portion of electrical energy is converted in the form of magnetic energy. So how will you prove that total energy, electrical plus magnetic, is a constant? We have here UE electrical plus UB magnetic energy, which can be written as q square upon c plus half Li square. If you write here this UE plus UB, then you take half common. What will you get here? In place of q, what we have got the expression that q is, I am writing here, this q is q naught cos omega t and I is I naught sin omega t. So if put the value here, then q naught, this is omega naught frequency at resonance. So this q naught square cos square omega naught t upon c plus half is here L into I naught square sin square omega naught t. We have proved here that I naught is also equal to q naught omega naught. Then what can we write here? This is half as usual this is q naught square upon c cos square omega naught t plus this is L I naught square sin square omega naught t. Then I naught square can be written as q naught square omega naught square. Then L I naught square, in place of that you can write q naught square omega naught square sin square omega naught t. What will be omega naught square? Omega naught square will be 1 by LC. If you put here, what will you get? Half this q naught square upon c cos square omega naught t plus this omega naught square is 1 by LC. What will you get here? This L upon LC q naught square sin square omega naught t. This L and L will be cancelled. So, what will you get here? Look, that this UE plus UB. Finally, this C is left. So, you can write here half and 1 upon C. This q naught square, you can write here q naught square. What is left within bracket? Cos square omega naught t plus sin square omega naught t. What is cos square theta plus sin square theta? 1. So, finally you get the electrical energy. This is the total electrical energy of capacitor which was fully charged initially taken. This q naught is the maximum charge. So, in this way you can prove the net energy of the LC oscillation, which is also supposed to be varying like this, that is the constant amplitude and frequency oscillations are produced. They are called undamped oscillations, but this is the ideal case. What happens? The energy loss in the form of electromagnetic waves always taking place. Some of the energy loss is there, and any coil is not totally resistance free. So, due to the resistance of inductive coil and energy loss in the form of EM waves, we get the damped oscillation, that is amplitude decreases with time. So, these are LC oscillations. You have to learn this mechanical and electrical analog table. What I mean to say, the role of mass in mechanical system is same as role of inductor in electrical system. I told in my videos in the electromagnetic induction that how this inductor opposes the growing current and supports the decaying current. Similarly, the displacement in the mechanical system we know x, then here this is q. In the description we have compared velocity dx by dt, so current dq by dt. What about mechanical energy? Then this is half kx square potential energy. When you compress the spring, more will be the force, more will be the compression. Then this will be the half kx square will be the energy stored in the spring, and this is half mv square kinetic energy, sum of kinetic and potential energies, mechanical energy. Here in the electromagnetic energy in the electrical system, so this is electrical energy and this is magnetic energy, and these are the expressions for natural frequency. So, in class 11th you have read this, how the frequency, angular frequency is under root k by m in the topic SHM. So, what we have seen today, that whenever a charged capacitor discharges through a non-resistive coil, inductance coil, then electrical oscillations of constant frequency and magnitude are supposed to be produced. These are called LC oscillations. I hope you must have enjoyed it. Thank you.